Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Destiny, and today we are going to Zermatt, Switzerland. In order to get to Zermatt, you actually have to go to the town of Tasch and take a train up to Zermatt. There are no cars allowed in town. For those who are new to my channel, we are on a European adventure, driving around Europe, going from Germany to Austria to Italy to France, and now we are in Switzerland. So we were actually staying in a little town called Sion, and then we drove to Tasch, and then from Tasch we took the train up to Zermatt. So we actually got two trains. The first one was from Tasch to Zermatt. The second one was from Zermatt to Grad, which was at the top of one of the mountains that had a gorgeous view of the Matterhorn. Now, I was a bit tired of skiing after doing it twice already on this trip, so Jonathan went ahead and skied while I explored. I got to see a bunch of the views from the top of this mountain, and then also went down and explored the town of Zermatt. At the top of the mountain Gunnergrat where we were, there was the ski send-off, but also a little museum called Zoom, and I got to explore that. It had some really cool things in there, just having to do with overlooking the Matterhorn. Now in this video we are going to be switching back and forth to what I was doing and to Jonathan skiing, so I hope you enjoy that. So while he was skiing, I was taking pictures and videos of the beautiful views. Here is a restaurant, there's a little chapel, and then quite a few different lookouts, and then also the Zoom experience. So the only way down the mountain other than skiing down is to take the train back down. So I chose that and had gorgeous views of the Matterhorn the whole way back down the mountain. It was fun because you could see some people were sledding down, and they had these really cool little sleds that they were riding. When I arrived back in Zermatt, I was hoping to find the ice rink and be able to ice skate a little bit because that's one of my favorite winter sports. But unfortunately, it was hockey practice for the local kids. So I just got to see a little bit of their hockey practice and then continued on to explore the town. After walking around for a while, I decided to go to the Matterhorn Museum and learn a little bit more about the history of Zermatt and the Matterhorn. This museum is really cool because they have a whole little town reconstructed in it, and you can see how people historically have lived there. They put together just a whole interactive display with animal sounds and animals and all kinds of things. which is really, really cool. And it was pretty full. People were very much enjoying the place, and I'm only going to put a few clips in here just because, as a rule, I prefer for people to actually get to go and experience these places for themselves rather than just watch what I experienced. The most famous mountain in this area is the Matterhorn, and it was beautiful, and there were so many stories about how different people have tried to hike this mountain, but also a lot of people who died in the process, which was very sad as well. As Jonathan was skiing, he actually came across a really cool little setup. It was actually an igloo hotel and bar and rest area, and they have carved ice sculptures and snow sculptures into all of the walls, and it was just really cool to see the different things that were carved into the snow. And they had some hot beverages and things like that to warm up before continuing on down the slopes. After I finished at the Matterhorn Museum, I continued to walk around, and it was just breathtaking to see all of these beautiful little wooden houses and just seeing people walking around with their skis and snowboards. It is very much a winter sports little town, and it ended up being quite a bit bigger than I had anticipated because I got lost several times, but it was fun to explore. Jonathan actually ended up skiing the whole way back down the mountain and coming up and around to Zermatt, and we met in the train station to make our way back to Tash and then back to our car. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode. Please remember to like and subscribe, and remember, choose joy.